You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Taylor Roberts from Riding with Killers. Thanks for letting me interview you.
Absolutely, bud. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, so what do you do in Riding with Killers?
I am the principal songwriter. I'm the singer and the guitar player.
Nice. You also play guitar for the band Taproot, right?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Is Taproot still active, and are you still in the band?
Yes to both. We are kicking back up in the next 2 months. We've got a headlining date at the Whiskey A Go Go in Los Angeles at the end of April. We've got a date in Arizona. I can't think of all this. I know it's at Pub Rock. I think it's Scottsdale. Please forgive me if I'm wrong on that. But then we're playing Sick New World with everybody from A Perfect Circle, Alice in Chains, to Slipknot, to Kitty, Static X, and then after that we've got a couple festivals throughout the summer. We'll be at Welcome to Rockville, Sonic
Nice.
Temple, and there's a couple others we haven't announced just yet. So we're definitely still active. Excited to get back out with both bands this summer.
So is all those festivals, is that Taproot or is that Riding with Killers?
It's Taproot for sure. Riding with Killers is still relatively new in terms of really getting out on the touring circuit. I mean, I've done a handful of shows the last 2.5 years. I've been mainly writing and recording in studio, but I mean, Riding with Killers, has been on festivals like CPR Fest. We played with Bad Flower, Nonpoint, Seether, Three Doors Down. We did a date with Seven Dust and Tremonti. We just did a date with Alien Ant Farm. And actually, it was fun. I pulled double duty that night, but our last show of 2023, Riding with Killers, opened for Taproot at District 142 over here in Michigan. So we haven't done a lot of stuff to where we're able to start getting picked up by bigger festivals like the Danny Hayes or the Danny Wimmer festivals. I'm sorry. But we're getting there. We just finally put out our first record last year, so it's been a lot of building in the background. And hey, here's a cool opportunity to go play a show or a festival. Like we obviously take those any chance we can. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I watched a YouTube video earlier from the 2023 reunion tour, and I think you were playing a white SG, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
That's my baritone model. Most of the Taproot material is an A standard. We have one song in drop A, but that is my main guitar for tour. I'm in talks with my Gibson rep. We may or may not be bringing a new Gibson baritone model back to the line. So we'll see what happens. But it's one of my favorite guitars.
Nice. Yeah, I play guitar too. I play guitar, bass, drums, and I can do vocals.
Well, when are you recording your first record?
Well, I'm trying to with my friends. We have 3 songs with full lyrics, so
Nice. What's
working
your
on.
band called?
So we don't fully have a name yet, but yeah, we're trying to figure out names. But
That's
it's
the
we're
fun
kind of
part.
like a thrash kind of band.
Brad, who I'm interviewing you now. Who are your influences on guitar? And is that what you're doing in the band, or what is your
I'm
main?
playing guitar and singing.
Okay, so we're doing the same thing here. All right.
Yep.
What's your acts of choice?
So I mean, I kind of whenever I get a new one, I kind of use that. But my current main one is this Epiphone Les Paul. We got
Oh,
um, so we live in Delaware, and we were seeing Suicidal Tendencies in Silver Spring, Maryland. And
nice.
on
I
our way
love those
there,
guys.
we went to Guitar Center in Towson, Maryland. And there was this guitar. It was covered in stickers. That's the Epiphone Les Paul I have. On
Nice.
right on the back, there was a suicidal tendency sticker. So
No way. That's really, I
we were
love
like,
moments like
it's
that. It's meant
destiny.
to be, right?
And we were on our way to a suicidal show. So like
That's
kind of had to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I love it when moments like that happen. It's like, yes, this was meant for me, and it's very evident. So, okay, well, that's I love that you're in the Gibson family. I dig that. So,
Yeah.
who are your influences?
So like for my just guitar, for my vocals, or like for my music I create in the band.
Well, since I'm a guitar player at heart, I would say start with that and then vocals. And those will be the two that we stick with.
I mean, some of like my guitar influences is like mm, Brian Baker from Bad Religion is a huge one. Um, so I don't really play stuff like do you know Pliny? He's like a prog guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I can't play anything like him, but he is like a big inspiration. Like I really look up to like his guitar stuff.
That's kind of how Steve Vai was for me when I was your age and coming up and trying to find my way. Like I still can't play like Steve Vai, but I always appreciated what he did. And like you said, man, that just it makes you want to pick up your instrument more because you know that there are guys out there that can do and make those kind of sounds.
Yep. And like my vocals, like so it's like kind of metal vocals, so it's like probably like Shai Hulud and who like it's there's a lot for like vocals. I'm definitely Shai Hulud some because that's like screamy, maybe like Comeback Kid, maybe
Okay.
a lot. There's a lot of stuff, but yeah, I have a lot of screaming like influences.
I dig it. I love it.
Yeah, so what age did you start playing guitar and do you remember what brand of guitar your first one was? Or like
Oh yeah, you
type?
never forget your first.
Yep.
Um, I started playing guitar at the age of 10. I'm 34 now. So going on 24 years this December, my mom got me a blue Strat copy. It was from a brand called Lotus, which I'm fairly certain she grabbed from Music Go Round when it was still in Biloxi, Mississippi, and this is way before Hurricane Katrina. Um, we had we had a little strip mall and music around. I don't know if you've ever been to one. There's
No.
still a couple of them around, but it's not as big of a chain as it used to be, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember all the ones in our area closed down. But it was a blue Strat by Lotus, and I started taking guitar lessons there for probably 6 7 months, and then I moved over to Pinkston's Music, which is where I did most of my studying
Nice.
under David Knorr, I should add. He is a wonderful, wonderful guitar player and wonderful teacher. He still teaches, and I always remember he had this old. It's probably I think it was like a '98 or '99 Ibanez XL 7 string. So it was the baritone scale model, but it was this dark, sparkly blue with this beautiful wood binding. And I just always thought he was the coolest dude ever because he had a 7 string. And you
Yeah.
know, like 10, 11 years old, you're like, wow, he could play metal. He's not just trying to teach me, twinkle, twinkle, little star on the guitar. It's so, yeah.
Yep. I mean,
Sorry, I got ADHD, bro. I'll jump off in the weeds, especially when we start talking about guitars, because I am a huge guitar nerd.
yep.
Huge guitar nerd.
Um, I may have ADHD. I'm not sure because I have some of the symptoms, but um, so I feel like most like uh first guitars are probably like Strats because that's like the most common electric guitar like body shape, I think.
Yeah, it's the Strat and the Les Paul. Those are the two most recognizable guitar shapes ever.
Definitely.
But I that is most people's first guitar. I would say you're right. Is a Strat.
Mine is a Strat.
There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
was yours
Look
a
at
Strat?
that.
Gosh. Wait, you in college you did like music theory. So what?
It was just like a classical guitar thing.
Oh, it was like a nylon
Like it.
string.
I don't even know.
Oh.
Continue.
She doesn't play guitar anymore, but she tried in college.
No.
So where is Riding with Killers from, and have you always lived there?
So we are based in Detroit. I have not always lived here. I'm a transplant. I've been here going on 5 years this September. I'm originally from Gulfport, Mississippi. I was born in Ocean Springs, but raised my whole life in Gulfport, Mississippi. So I'm a
Nice.
Mississippi boy at heart.
Uh, okay. So I went to I went to Detroit for a show last summer. But we went like on a whole like tour with Bleeding Through and stuff. I mean, it was just like a few days. It was like 5 days.
Nice. Love that band. What was Utopia? That's probably one of my favorite songs. I think that they do.
I only know one of their songs, but there are a ton of like other bands that I like a lot more. Yeah, the only Through song I really know is like the what's it called? It's like uh something uh like heart.
You know the word, sing it.
I can't think of the
I'll look it
song.
up.
It's like it's their most famous one. It's on the album with the heart.
First one.
Okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Like I think it's like love through what is it?
I just
Love
realized
love
the
love
bleed
lost
from.
in a hail of gunfire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was mixing it up too. I know both bands, but I was thinking of a band called Bleed from Within and then Bleeding Through. They're much older school, right? They've
Uh
been, they've been around
like
some.
2000s.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on the right track now.
Yep.
What venue did you go to see them?
I mean, so we went to a few. The first one was in Iowa. It was called Gabe's. It was in Iowa City. And fun fact,
Okay.
my name's actually Gabe, so it was it was cool to be at a venue with my name as it's like it was cool.
Yeah.
Remember the Detroit one?
I don't remember
I'll look it up. Talk about
ooh,
Chicago.
it was so Chicago was what was it called? It was some I don't know. But I like so I
There's
did
so many.
like I stage dove for one of their songs and I accidentally ended up in like the pit for a second, but it wasn't that bad, so I kind of just was stuck there for like 10 seconds.
Dude, the pit's a fun place, man, because everybody usually I will say 99% of the time I feel like, especially when younger kids will jump, because that happens, man. I used to do that at your age, but like I find that people always usually take care of you, man.
Yep.
So I dig it. But Chicago's a great city too. I really love it over there. Seen a lot of good shows over there too.
Chicago's cool.
Very, very cool.
So, what is the Riding with Killer song you suggest someone not familiar with the band look up?
Ooh, oh man. God, I would say novelty and hostility would be two to check out for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check them out.
We just released a music video for Novelty on Valentine's Day, so you can check the video out on YouTube if you would like. And we have a video for Hostility as well. So
Nice.
both songs accompanied with videos.
Cool. So, what is a band that Taproot or Riding with Killers has played a show with that you're really proud to admit you've played a show with?
Ooh, gosh. Well, they haven't happened yet. So I'm gonna speak for future Taylor, and I'm gonna say Alice in Chains and A Perfect Circle and System of a Down. But that all happens like in April. So I would say once we get that one under my belt, that one's gonna be like a holy shit, we did this kind of moment.
That's at
I would
the
say, Oh, go ahead.
That's at Sick New World Festival, right?
Yes. Yes.
I
Yeah,
thought
that
so.
one's gonna be a good one. That one's gonna be a really good one. Throughout my career, and this is one of my older bands, and this is back when I was 18. I'm really proud to say that I got to play with Avenged Sevenfold while the Rev was still alive, and it was Bullet for My Valentine and a trade. Basically, my band got to open a date on the Rockstar Taste of Chaos tour in 2008, and it was right around the time I would say that you would have wanted to see every single one of those bands. I think Bullet was on Scream Aim Fire album. Atreyu was on Lead Sails Paper Anchors, and I believe Avenged was on the White album. And that was, I don't know, I still feel really really cool about that one.
Yeah,
So
I don't really. So yeah, I don't listen to like metalcore that much. So I've heard all those bands, but I don't really know any about them.
it's funny, man, because I mean it's all generational. I feel because at that time, I mean, like the early 2000s, and specifically, I would say from like '04 to '07, like that was a really interesting time for new metal and metal in general, and then metalcore. They were all kind of playing with one another because you had Bullet for My Valentine, all three of those bands on active rock radio, whereas normally that wasn't usually the case. So um, they got really really popular in my area, and the radio station from my hometown, 97.9 CPR, brought them quite a few times, especially Avenged Sevenfold, because I mean it would sell out the Coliseum damn near every time. Um, but yeah, man, that was just it was cool. It was definitely cool for me. But that obviously, and for Riding with Killers, I would say it's between Seether, Tremonti, or Alien Ant Farm. One of those. I mean, all three of those bands. Like it's Tremonti's a very big guitar influence for me. I really liked Alter Bridge. I like Creed. I don't care what anybody says. They write bangers. There's a reason they were one of the biggest bands in the world. But Alien Ant Farm, just because, man, I used to watch them on MTV when I was a kid, and I was hanging out with their drummer, and we were just talking like normal people. But it's like, man, I used to watch you on MTV in my friend's room, just watch the music videos when they still did that, because I caught the tail end of that. And I would say what was the other one that I said? Seether. I just, oh my God, I love the songs that Sean Morgan writes. I feel like he has had very consistently great releases throughout the years, from the first record to where they are now. I don't think they've faltered ever in songwriting quality. So those would be my picks from all the different bands that I've been around.
Nice. So what was the first concert you attended, and how old were you?
I was, I want to say 8 or 9. And my mom took me to see Elton John. And that was one of the best shows. I mean, I feel like it kind of changed my life. Um, and I mean, that's a hell of a first concert. I don't know if you like Elton John too terribly much, but I highly suggest you start getting into him and his catalog. Um, and I actually saw him in New Orleans for his farewell, the Yellow Brick farewell tour, Yellow Brick Road farewell tour. Sorry, but yeah, it was incredible. And actually, one of my guitar influences is his guitar player, Davy Johnstone. Man has such beautiful vibrato with like all of his solos, and just the way that he plays and complements the music. I think he is a very, very wonderful guitar player, but he is also now the entire musical director for the Elton John band. But I mean, he finished his tour and he's kind of done. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll check him out. So yeah, I've heard of Elton John, because who hasn't? But I don't really know any songs. And I probably heard it like on the radio when I was
Oh,
younger.
dude, you know Tiny Dancer. You've heard that song.
I bet
And
I
once
have.
you realize it's Elton, uh, but I would say, and if you're not familiar, that's a staple. Your mom will agree. I would say listen to that, and a song that's a little, I would say, lesser known of his. That's one of my favorite tunes because my mom wore this record out. But it's a song called Meal Ticket, and it's from Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy album from the 70s. But that whole record's amazing too, by the way. Like I would suggest listening to it from front to back. It's one of those albums that I can listen to over and over. But Meal Ticket was the song that really grabbed me, and I feel like it'll grab you for, like you're used to more extreme metal, but and like thrash and stuff, but it's heavy without screaming and double bass and all kinds of it's heavy in a different way from the 70s, but it's really really good. So I would highly suggest it.
I'll check it out. Yeah. So what is the first what is oh my god. Where is your favorite place you've ever toured in?
Ooh. um you know what, I already got, I don't even know why it took me that long. I'm so sorry. um New York City, without a doubt. We did the Gramercy Theater um last year, and it was my first time ever in New York City. And that theater, I mean, it's a renowned theater, and I had one of the best shows I think I've ever had in my entire life. I have one of the best days I've ever had in my entire life. You ever seen the movie Little Nicky?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, bro. Like with your love of metal and rock and roll, like you gotta watch Little Nicky. It's one of the it's a classic Adam Sandler movie. Really great movie. But we found some of the spots they filmed that movie in. Had some pizza from I think it was Joe's Pizza, I'm pretty sure. But it was off of 14th Street, but that was where they filmed, that was where Peter Parker worked in the 2002 Spider-Man movie or whatever. But like, dude, just got to see so many cool historical landmarks and places that I only imagined going to see because I never thought I would end up in New York being from South Mississippi. But it was a trip, man. And everybody at the Gramercy, from the staff greeting you at the door to the sound team and the stage team, like everybody was awesome. It was a perfect day from start to finish.
Have either of your bands have you guys gone overseas?
Not yet. Not yet. I really hope to start doing that in the next couple of years, especially now that everything is kind of starting to get back to normal after COVID. Because I mean, a lot of tours and stuff that are happening right now are backed up from whenever we all shut down. Like a lot of stuff is almost kind of caught up. So I'm hoping that once we start getting things figured out a little bit more, that we'll end up overseas. I've gone overseas to make music for Riding with Killers. Actually, I've already finished the second record. I finished that in December of last year. But I went to Gothenburg, Sweden for a month to work with Jacob Herman at Top Floor Studios, which is in the back of the Stora Theater, which is a 300-year-old opera house that still functions today. But I am planning to get Riding with Killers over there, especially once we start looking at releasing that record. I'm planning on doing 2 release shows in Gothenburg, 2 release shows in New Orleans because we did the music down there, and then 2 release shows in Detroit since we finished the vocals up here and did principal demoing and songwriting up here before we went to New Orleans. So not yet, but there are plans. I know there's been some whispers from European promoters about Taproot getting over there. So hopefully all the guys will want to go because I know I do.
I mean, I don't know who wouldn't want to play in Europe.
Dude, Europe is awesome. I love it. I've only really hung out in the Scandinavian countries, but I adore Sweden. I absolutely love the people and just everyone there is awesome.
So yeah, I've never been to Sweden, but I have been to IKEA, so that's probably pretty similar. I mean, I would
That's
hope it's
awesome.
similar because I love IKEA and I love their meatballs.
Dude, I mean, you're almost already there. Like, I highly suggest it. If you get the opportunity, just go.
So I am playing lead guitar in the UK with my dad's band in April for 4 days.
Dude, that's
gonna be-
amazing. Where are you playing?
Uh, just in the UK in, so I think Newcastle, the other one, Sheffield.
Bristol.
Okay.
Hey, let me do them.
Okay.
Okay, so Newcastle, Sheffield, Bristol, and Plymouth.
Oh my God, bro, that's gonna be so much fun. Who's your dad's band?
Thought Control from New
Okay.
Jersey. Yep.
I'll have to check them out. I'm not super familiar with it. What songs would you recommend I start with?
Probably. So on the first record, I mean, just probably the song Thought Control and the song Shock to the System.
Ooh,
But
Shock the System. I like that name.
and then on the second album, you should check out Violence for Violence.
Shock to the System. Violence for. I have to write this down or I'll forget it.
Yep.
Because ADHD.
Yep.
Oh,
So
sweet.
I'm not on the recording of either of those, because I wasn't in the band yet when it was like being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it's just like the singer, like he recorded everything so far. Like both it's on Spotify and stuff.
Okay.
It's just like all the recordings because the singer and bassist they work at a studio, so they can
Okay.
just record stuff
Rad.
for free whenever they want.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage.
Sure. So what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing I've ever eaten. Oh God, I don't even want to admit this, but I will say I was hesitant and I did get sick afterwards, but I tried to politely say no, but I got coerced into it. But my buddy gave me squirrel one time and
Like,
it
did he just
sucked.
make it? Did he buy it somewhere, or did he like just
No,
make
like he went out and shot some squirrels and then he cooked them. And I was like, man, this is the worst shit I've ever had in my life.
I mean, just
And
probably
then I
wouldn't-
got sick for like 2 days after that. And I called him up. I was like, you're an asshole. Like, yeah. So that's totally the worst that I think I've had so far. Because I'm sure something else will happen over the course of my life.
Yep, maybe
Skip the squirrel. Skip it. Just if it ever gets offered to you, just yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I don't care because I like weird food. I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna try it
Mm.
because
I will say
I like
one of
eating.
my goals is I want to go to Japan and there is a market. I'm pretty sure it's down by like the docks or something, but they have like all the craziest shit down there. And I want to go eat food down there just because I want to try it.
So actually, you know the band Sick of It All?
I know the name. I couldn't tell you a song.
Well, we're more like into like hardcore, like yeah, they're like a New York hardcore band, and they went to Japan in January, and we went with them because we just
Oh,
followed them for
dude.
one of the we would just so it was Tokyo, two other shows, and then Tokyo. So the first and last show was Tokyo, and we just went to both those shows and just went around Tokyo, and it was awesome.
I bet, man. I'm envious. That's one of my bucket list items, man. Is touring Japan and eating the food over there because I absolutely love Japanese food.
Japanese food, it's amazing. And so, yeah, we had like real ramen, but we weren't able to have sushi because like we just were really busy. And also, I'm kind of scared of like the sushi there. Like, I don't know.
What?
It's like raw fish, right? Is it safe?
Yeah, dude, sushi is amazing. Oh, dude, just wait till that world opens up to you.
I have
Oof.
very
Mwah.
I eat sushi, but it's like American sushi. I eat like California rolls and
Oh no, bro. You gotta start getting into it and like get into the sashimi. Like there's a whole world just waiting for you. Just let your taste buds develop a little bit more. And you once you get the knack for it, like I said, it's over with. But it's just that Japan's the one place you want to try the sushi. That's
yeah.
you want to go to the source. And there is there is speaking of, there is I forget, maybe it's blowfish, or I forget the actual fish, but and it might still be that one, but like there's only like a very select few chefs in the world that can prepare
Oh
it because
yeah. Does it start with a U?
Puffer?
No, it's like it's super short. It's like food. No,
yeah, I can't think of it, but
it's
like
like I think it's food. No,
It's the one that can kill you.
yeah.
yes, but there's like maybe 5 or 6 dudes
Is
in the
it
world
is it
that can
fugu?
prepare.
Fugu? No. Is it
It's
I
one of
thought
those things. Like if we weren't trying to talk about this right now, I could recite it like that.
fugu? Fugu, yeah.
read it.
Okay, so
Good,
fugu known
good.
as pufferfish or blowfish. In
Yeah,
English,
yeah,
We
okay.
were all
Okay,
three right.
that's
You
okay.
said blowfish, I said pufferfish, and you said food.
yes, we were all right. Look at
Yes.
Yep.
that.
So
Team.
in English is the notoriously deadly fish eaten in Japan as specialty prepared especially for in okay, I'm gonna restart. Fugu, known as pufferfish or blowfish in English, is I'm reading this so wrong. Fugu, known as pufferfish or blowfish in English, is the notorious deadly fish eaten in Japan as a specially prepared delicacy. The taki fugu fish itself is quite a cute looking creature with this distinctive round pufferfish shape. Why can I not read? Oh my god.
It sounds like you read it.
I mean, I
You're
did,
doing
but it took me
fine.
like 4 tries.
And it can
Hey,
kill you
man.
Yeah.
if it's not cooked
I want
properly.
to try it.
No.
Why? Why? What? Can I try it if I go to Japan?
It's gotta be so good. Like
I bet it's really good.
I feel like it's gotta be one of those things that I don't know. I would hope that it tastes amazing if it's because it's got that much of a lore built around it.
Like
And
it's
it's
like it can kill you. It's like well if it's prepared wrong.
yep.
Okay, how so between 10,000 and 30,000 yen. So is that like $100?
70
60
to
like $60 to $180.
something like that.
That's a lot for some fugu, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I want to try it someday because as long as it's like a professional chef, I won't die. Like as long as I don't have to sign a waiver, I'm good.
Well, I feel like it's got to be good, especially if there's that few people that are like certified to cook it. I would imagine that that guy has got to be a master chef and is going to provide you with an amazing meal. And
I
that's
mean, I
and the
hope so.
danger aspect behind it is also a little appealing too. You know, it's like
It's very mysterious.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd make sure to ask if anyone has died from the cook's cooking, but they probably wouldn't tell me the truth because it's gonna steer away my.
That or they probably wouldn't allow that guy to still be there.
Yep. So if you could communicate with any animal species on Earth, what kind of animal like would you choose?
Oh man, because knee-jerk reaction is to say dog because I would love to talk to my dog Meg as much as I could humanly possibly talk to her. But I feel like that's like the easy answer, but it
Yep.
also might be the right answer too because it's Meg.
And I don't mean like forever. I just mean like maybe like you have a day with them. You get
Oh,
to
then
talk
hell
to them
yeah,
for a day.
Meg, all day long. I'm gonna talk
You
to
just
the
be like,
dog.
what do you know? Tell me everything.
I just, I would talk to, I would totally choose Meg for a day. without a doubt.
Why do you guys bark at mailmen but not intruders? Like, what is going through their head? What is going through dogs' heads? Like, they're kind of dumb, but I love them.
Oh, they got it figured out, man. They're if you're all you gotta do is be right to them, and they're the sweetest creatures that ever lived. Like,
Where's he? Clark. Go get him.
speaking of, hold on.
We have a dog
Come here,
currently.
baby. We're talking about you.
And he's
Come here. Come here. You gotta come up here. Come on.
He's big.
He's
though.
mine.
He's big and he's wet.
I don't care. You got it. There he is.
We're talking about you.
This is Clark.
This is Meg.
That's Meg. So he's
All
shaking. He's scared. Look.
right.
I think he's
Who
nervous.
is that?
Okay, so I'm gonna continue the podcast.
What's his name? She asked. Yeah.
Oh, this is Clark.
Clark, what's up, dude? I saw him look at the camera. He's like, huh?
He's like he's very. I think he's nervous, but
Right. You don't like
no,
to
he's
see him.
staying with me.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so if you could tell your 12-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
It gets better. Keep going, and you're on the right path.
Nice. So anything to add before you wrap it up?
Riding with Killers' debut record, Full Circle, is streaming now on all digital platforms. We just released the music video for Novelty, so please go like, share, and subscribe to that on YouTube. On top of that, you can pick up the new Taproot record, Scissors, in stores or online or on every
Love that.
digital outlet. So be on
Excellent.
the lookout for tour dates this summer from both bands, and we can't wait to see you from both bands. So
Nice. Well, so thanks to
Taylor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, okay, let him down. He's
Come here, Clark.
he's very nervous.
Come here, Clarky.
Okay. Bye, Pokey.
Okay.
Okay. So, thanks to Taylor for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye. How do you do that?
that too much metal for one hand. Hey,